I'm Pete Peterson, Dean of Pepperdine's Graduate School of Public Policy. Today we announce a first-of-its-kind academic initiative grounded in practitioner-led focus on disaster preparedness and crisis management. This new entity will be called the Homeland Security Advisory Council, based at the School of Public Policy. At Pepperdine, we say that future leaders will see their public policy differently from here. That's not just a reference to our breathtaking views of the Pacific, but also how we think about the formation of public policy. In particular, over the course of over 2 decades, we have seen the creation of public policy as being something not only grounded in government, but in cross-sector solutions based in government, the private sector, and nonprofit sector as well. To do that also demands leaders who are able to lead across sectors. And that's why we're so excited today for the launch of this institute, which merges in the operations of the 501c3 Homeland Security Advisory Council into the School of Public Policy. Logistically, what this means is a whole new set of educational and training programs for future public safety leaders, but also based on the terrific work that HSAC has done, we're excited to build out not only their training and education programs, but their use of their groundbreaking SALIS platform, which we'll talk about more today. This academic, technology, practitioner-led focus is the kind of cross-sector program that we most heartily support at the School of Public Policy. We're excited that this is the kind of creative idea that is founded here in Los Angeles. And while the focus of our work will always be Los Angeles and Los Angeles County, we are so excited to take this work throughout the country and around the world. The lineup for our press conference this morning begins with Aram Sahakian, General Manager for the City of Los Angeles Emergency Management Department. He will be followed by Peter Lowy, the Chairman of HSAC. Peter will be followed by Andrew Benton, the President of Pepperdine University, who will be followed by Jim Featherstone, the President and CEO of the Homeland Security Advisory Council. Jim will be followed by the Honorable Wendy Gruhl, who is a former controller and council member here for the City of Los Angeles, but also a board member for the Homeland Security Advisory Council, who will be followed by Leslie Luke, Deputy Director for the Los Angeles County and Chief Executive Office of Emergency Management. Following this press conference, we will adjourn back here to the Media Center, where we will look at the SALIS emergency operations and mapping platform in operation. Thank you all for joining us here this morning. We couldn't be more excited at Pepperdine for launching this first-of-its-kind initiative. I will now turn it over to Aram.
Good morning, and welcome to the City of Los Angeles Emergency Operations Center. The EOC is a centralized facility for multi-agency coordination of information and resources for response and recovery from disasters, emergencies, and major special events. So it's my pleasure today to welcome you here to this facility. And also, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Pete Peterson, Andrew, get the names right, I'm sorry, Benton, and Peter Lowy, for their visionary roles in this partnership. It's a great partnership that we are benefiting it from. HSAC embodies public-private partnerships, and this is one example here with Pepperdine University. We'll continue, it's allowing us to do this partnership, it allows us to continue to advance the emergency planning in our field. Emergency planning and response capabilities in our field. And it's not only us, it's also other crisis management organizations. The city, the EMD, Emergency Management Department, uses the SALIS mapping platform. It's a mapping technology that recently we used for the LA Marathon back in March. We used it for Woolsey fires. And what it did, it enabled us and gave us a situational awareness to be able to make critical decisions, life-saving decisions during the response phase of the emergency. And obviously, we're also using it for the preparedness phase. For example, we use it for the Ryland program. The Ryland program is your Ready Your LA Neighborhood program. What SELUS is enabling us to do is enabling us to streamline the data collection process. It's giving us the data analytics that we need for a visual awareness of our efforts for community preparedness. We're extremely excited about it. We will take it to the next level. Peter, I will promise you, we will hold hands, because it is truly saving lives as far as we're concerned here in the emergency management family. So with that, I'm going to end it, and I believe you're up next, Peter.
Good morning, everybody. It is an exciting day, and this must be an extremely important announcement because you have 8 speakers. Just to give you a quick 2-minute view of where we've gone with the Homeland Security Advisory Council and from where we started, our mission is to help the City of LA and the County of LA be prepared for any major incident that happens. And with that mission, what we've been able to do is create what I think is groundbreaking technology in bringing data that's already available on the internet into one place. When there is a crisis, or the Emergency Operations Center here has a critical mission, the real issue is, how do you get information? How do you get information to make strategic decisions? And how do you get information to make tactical decisions? And the key to SALUS is that the senior management of each of the city departments has the same information, from the mayor's office to the EOC to the LAPD. And when everybody's looking at the same information, they can actually make both strategic and tactical decisions. It is exciting for us that Aram today has announced how he is going to use SALUS, how he's going to help it grow in the future. And for us, it's been something like a 12-year mission to get here. The next thing is to have a joint partnership with Pepperdine. I think that we were 2 organizations that were made in heaven. Where we are right now is we were limited where we could grow, we were limited how far we could go, and we were limited how much we could help the city. With this partnership with Pepperdine now, I think the sky's the limit. And not only can we help the critical issues of the city, but we can help train the next crisis management executives for LA, for the county, and for the rest of the country. And with that, I'll say thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. It is a point of pride that we're associated with you, and I'm delighted to follow you today. I think immediately following the human need for food, water, and shelter is our need for safety. And especially has this been apparent since the fateful events of September 11, 2001. I've always known the fundamental importance of quiet and confident leadership, knowing what needs to be done and how. But that kind of leadership is especially important in times of natural and man-made emergencies. At Pepperdine, we are prepared for 47 specific emergencies, but that's just for our university community. As one who plans for the safety of our students, faculty, and staff, I believe it is also important at our place of teaching and learning to support a growing field of knowledge and practice, and to help prepare tomorrow's leaders to serve our national, state, and local communities to lead in exigent circumstances. We're proud to be engaged in this timely and important endeavor, and we honor those who have brought us to this moment. Pepperdine is grateful to be part of the Homeland Security Advisory Council, not only because of what it is today, but because of what it can be in the future. Indeed, we all want what is best for the future of our community, our safe and secure community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Benton, for your very sage words. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to a group of visionaries. Peter Lowy, of course, Pete Peterson, President Benton, and then of specific note is Joe Chiswick from our board. Joe talked about this right after we came, the team, the current HSAC team came on board about 3 years ago. But these 4 icons of our community have been very important in moving this issue forward. they saw something that wasn't there, and they did everything they could to make it happen. So just like to thank them very, very much for their vision. Also like to thank the public safety agencies that have been very supportive of the HSAC efforts over the years and up to right now. Los Angeles, we'd like to say Los Angeles is subject to 13 of the 16 major disasters defined in the Robert T. Stafford Act, which is federal disaster recovery law. So having that kind of cloud over the greater Los Angeles community, it's important that we be very resolute, very forward-leaning, and very energized about how we look at preparedness, recovery, response, and also resilience for our community. This is very important because for us today, because the things I talked about are whole community efforts. So what we see today is we see a three-legged stool being created. This is the public sector, the private sector, and higher education. All very, very important components in how we make Los Angeles a much more resilient community. This partnership is important because it emphasizes the three goals that we have at the HSAC, which is catalyzing, convening, and fostering collaboration. Those are very important, and the three pillars that represent HSAC today and in the future, HSAC at SPP or Pepperdine School of Public Policy are very important. The work that's been done here by the folks on the council since just after 9/11 is they've taken a tagline, public-private partnership, and they've actually made it tangible. The partnership or the merger being announced today is an example of that. So I'd like to thank again, the visionary gentleman. Also would like to thank the mayor for being very tech-savvy and pushing the city to be a smart city. The Salas platform, which you'll see later on, is an example of smart technology in a very, very smart and very important community. Thank you.
Hi, Wendy Gruhl. I'm wearing a couple of hats today. One of a former elected official who remembers the time and the earthquakes that we've had where they actually had to call in with the data, and you were sitting in the EOC, some of you may remember that, and not have the kind of data-driven technology that we have today. But also as a member of the HSAC board, who I want to also acknowledge three other members that are here. Of course, Joe Chizik, Steve Fazio, and Ira Reiner, along obviously with Peter Lowy, who have led this effort for so many years. My second hat here is as a member of the LA Homeless Service Authority. And as we know, and we find the developing crisis in Los Angeles with homelessness and identifying where the homeless are, how to be able to provide the resources to them. And the Salas system has been really a lifesaver in so many ways and a tool for the Los Angeles Police Department, for the county, for our other partners here in Los Angeles. And you'll see today the Unified Homeless Response Center, which allows them to be able to deal with this crisis in a way to see exactly where the homeless are and the kinds of services that are necessary. Pepperdine's leadership in making sure that not only is this program continued to develop and grow, but as Peter mentioned, the ability to provide leaders of the future. That is so important when we hope that we're not going to have the crisis, but we want to be able to respond. And Pepperdine's leadership and understanding that planning for the future and planning for our leaders is critically important. And so happy to be part of this and know that Salas was able to get agreements with many public entities, which is a feat in and of itself to get agreements, to share in the information and to share in the data in a way in which is going to help Los Angeles deal with any potential crisis in the future and to deal with our day-to-day issues. It's proven, it's effective, as is Pepperdine, in its way to, whether it be the marathon that they used it at, whether it be for the fires, and we look forward to it being utilized in a way in which we can address some of those challenges in the future. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of the county's Office of Emergency Management, I'm proud to be here today to witness this landmark partnership between Pepperdine's School of Public Policy and the Homeland Security Advisory Council. In the emergency management field, partnerships are everything. They're vital to us, as we all know that government can't do it all. We partner to prepare the communities we serve, we partner to respond to events, and we partner to recover from the disasters we face. I'm grateful for the partnership that we actually have with the Homeland Security Advisory Council in regards to the work that they actually do for the emergency management community, whether or not that's providing and sponsoring conferences here locally, bringing in top-notch speakers, or facilitating meetings between the private sector and our local partners. I look forward to working with both the school and Homeland Security Advisory Council in meeting some of their results and some of their accomplishments as they put this partnership together. I also want to acknowledge the board and the university for this initiative, and as part of the county, we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
So I'll close by saying that smart cities, smart communities, smart counties are based on smart partnerships. And what I'm so excited about as Dean of the Graduate Policy School is this is a smart partnership. One that I think we're going to look back on in years to come as really the first of its kind, and at the same time engaging and preparing not only tomorrow's leaders, but in today's issues. What we're going to do now is adjourn to the Media Center and see how HSAC and this new partnership is engaging not just tomorrow's leaders, but in current issues. This SALUS platform is an amazing way to visualize important policy decisions at the great emergency response times and challenges that we have. I couldn't be, again, more excited about not only the educational opportunities here, but the chance to take SALUS to the next level, both throughout the state of California, nationally, and internationally. So if you will join me, we are going to walk across the way and see SALUS in operation. Thanks again.